Cut the music, Mr. Conductor. Please say that. You know, if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Mr. Producer. Mark Levin always says that on the show. It's when I used to use the listening room. All right, where? That's it. We're done. I'm sure you're tired of it. All right. Taco Thursday. I don't know about that. It's an Aloha Thursday. I picked this mug out tonight. What's it say here? Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. I bought it from the brand new store that was on Kauai. The morning of my last day on the island, after living there on Kauai for, I don't know, just under 3 years. And I bought this mug as a gift to me, as a going away gift. And no, it is not on the auction block yet. The price would have to be right. All right, just checking in here. So I had what I thought was a good, you know, it was a video ready to go, or I was working on it. Did some research on, you know, what you have to do maybe to be a successful channel. There's lots of different ways, but you know, I have kind of come into the topic of retirement. The things I need to be talking about are about retirement and related to that. And I've seen some results for that. So I was going to take a hot topic, other successful, that's what you're supposed to do. And this one was going to be on the surprises or what I didn't expect. And I had the topic of what I didn't expect. And while I was working on that, and then missed the deadline, I was going to go with. I found another one that interested me a little bit more, and it was the X number of things that. Oh gosh. But I lost interest. I mean, I didn't lose interest. I'm just in the process of putting that one together, trying to be creative. And it was basically, you know, I was trying to do a more creative approach to using a voiceover on that one, but I had to get a lot of B-roll, and I have maybe a third of it. So that will be coming, and it challenges my creative approach to not just being a talking head YouTube video, which, man, I don't know, that's good enough for a lot of these guys out there. And good enough for me too, but I kind of want to do some other things, and I want to make it a little bit more interesting to tell the story. And then 3 days ago, I could have done a follow-up to the one I did a few months ago, because this place opened. It will be the biggest tourist attraction in the state of Arizona, and it opened this past Monday. So I might think about doing that. I was going to go out for the grand opening, but they projected lines they expected 50,000+ people to visit there when they opened the doors on Monday morning at 6 a.m. And oh, Armored Ghost. I'm going to say hello to y'all in just a second. Rhonda, I see you up there as well, and I say hi. But I'll tell you, there are community members that have an idea that you're not as much of an enigma as you appear to be. Who knows? But always good to see Armored Ghost here, and Rhonda and Dee and the other people sitting in here watching, which is great. Hopefully some first timers. And you're welcome to just drop in and say, hey, man, where are you guys from? We all know where some of you are from, but yeah. So now continuing with my ADD, because my ADD, I think the older you get, ADD becomes something that identifies you as interested in life. And because maybe you have the time, retirement has freed up your time to pursue interests. And that's what I'm doing right now. So, between the 3 videos, including this one, to go out there and just spend a day, bringing this in. The video I'm going with, and again, I only have so much time and energy, and I ran out of both today, going out in this heat warning we have going on in Phoenix. I don't know. I didn't think it was that crazy, but they're really calling for, when it presently, I think it's about 108 right now. My air conditioning in my house, we have any AC experts in the room? I'd like to know what you think. Is not keeping up. It's working, but when it gets up to about 107.8 and higher, and the humidity's up a little bit, even though the humidity right now is under 20%. So monsoon is here, but that's not too bad. It doesn't keep it cool to under 80 inside. So I've got it going now. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to probably call the guys out because I don't want a problem. I have had my air AC go out on me in the middle of the hottest time during the summer that past particular year. It was not any fun. And that was crazy, actually. Okay. So I get excited. The thing I'm excited about, and the next video I plan to do will be what I got excited about today, and that's going to Costco. Now, I know I have a little twist on it. It's obviously a common twist, but I like the way it's developing, the theme, the story about it. And it's not just about going to Costco. And the reason I thought that, Costco videos actually attract a lot of attention. if you didn't know. There's a guy, Benji, he partnered with Chris, whatever, with Think Media, and he just did a thing where he decided one day he's just gonna he basically vlogged his trip to Costco, and it went viral. Over 100,000 views. It's crazy, which started getting him to understand that, the approach the approach we take to our videos, we need to rethink. So, but I got kind of excited because, okay, I'll just give you the start of it. I went for 2 items, ... You can imagine, but it's then what those other items were that I ended up coming home with, the cost, what it cost me, and then how that relates to retirement. How about that for a thought salad, a video salad? All right. Before I give you an update on the exciting auction sales, let me say, let me just share some. I mean, I use StreamYard for this purpose and this purpose primarily, to share people here in the room. Rhonda, I missed your show the other day. You put on a couple of them. I got to get this up here. I love this mug. Special meaning. Why? Motions attached. My last day in Hawaii. I got 2 of these because it came. Maybe I shouldn't have bought 2, but I did. I think they were about $12, $13 each. This coconut water tastes great in these real Aloha mugs. And I know where the store is. I can't remember. It's not an ABC store. It's called Island something on the island of Kauai. Now, I like this. Taco Thursday. Yes, Taco Bell taco. You know what I miss the most? I'm still a tostada guy. I went recently over to Manuel's here in North Phoenix, and I get their tostada, just one tostada, and I have it smothered in their green chili, and I eat their chips and salsa. Man, it was delicious. But I have to plan ahead before I do that and take a double dose of antacid because my stomach just can't take it anymore. Arizona style. What would those be, Armored? Arizona style. What's up, Boomer? Does not lose interest. He knows the CD rates. This guy's or gal's, even though I think it's a guy, this guy's CD rates. I don't follow all the way. Yes, yeah. I mean, they're kind of frowned on by some, but yes, he's definitely clever. Costco is greater than Disney World. I agree, man. And I've been to Disney World one time. Let me just tell you this very short story. It was 1970, I believe, 1978. Could have been 77, but definitely 78. And I was in this campus ministry, been converted, and there was a evangelism seminar. It was called the Florida Evangelism Seminar. It was in Orlando. Flew from Greeley, Colorado down there to Florida and went to that. But we got there late afternoon, whatever. The first morning we had we could do whatever we want to do. And guess what? We went to Disney World back then. And it was only the main part. What was being built and talked about at that time was what became Epcot Center. But I remember seeing, I don't remember doing any rides, had very little money, but we were able to get in and we just walked around, as I recall. And I wanted to see the castle. I remember that was kind of impressive. Mickey Mouse, I don't care. Minnie Mouse, That's my Disney World connection. And yes, Costco. I went there today. It felt good to go to Costco. I will tell you this. I made no frivolous buys today. Different twist on Costco. Well, it's, what it's going to be, D, is It's kind of like my twist on Costco. It's going to be my visit and how it kind of relates to going to Costco when you're retired versus when you're not retired. No, I did not pick up any Imodium MD. Was 1979 as great as the Smashing Pumpkins portrayed it to be in their music video? See, maybe me and our memories, Armored Ghosts, are not as good and sharp as yours. I was never, by the way, a Smashing Pumpkins fan. I was a young adult with a family when those guys were around, so I wasn't. I know they were big, but 79, I will say this, was my junior year in college, so I didn't have a family then. Let me backtrack that. I still like classical. I was a big Eric Clapton fan. Fleetwood Mac, big fan. Missed going to a concert in Boulder, and that was a great concert from what I hear. Even all my friends went, and I remember the campus that day. It was a weekend day. Was dead because that was a big. That was when Rumors, the album Rumors, was coming out. And yeah, I'm not sure how Smashing Pumpkins portrayed 1979, but for me, I was struggling. I had 1 year left. Actually, I might have started my final year in college, and man, I just didn't know if I was going to make it because I was burnt out, which is the best excuse for, whatever. The Costco twist should be a food item in their deli. Might be. I'll tell you what. Costco deli, or wait, the Costco deli, because I'm thinking Costco food thing, the $1.50 pizza and drink. But the food deli, let me just say this, the Costco, in their food item in their deli, no. I tell you, I went for 2 items. I ended up coming home with 10. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to watch the video for the rest of it. And was there a deli item? No. I spend my paycheck in Costco, and I'm sure they appreciate that. See, everybody's Costco is a great thing. It's a great place, isn't it? Does your humor ever end? That's a rhetorical question. It has an implied answer. Ba dum dum. What was the rhetorical question? Steve Armored. What was there? Does your humor ever end? Oh, obviously not. Maybe that's about the humor ending. We don't have a Costco here. Rhonda, what are you? Do you live in the third world? What the heck? No, Rhonda, I know you're in Texas, Northeast Texas, if I remember correctly. And I love Texas, but I really like Northeast Texas, north and east of Dallas. I've been to that area very briefly once. Of course, my grandgirls at this time live, and my other grandgirls and son used to live in the Austin area. 3 of them still do, and that means my son and daughter-in-law are there. And so funny because my son called me the other day and said something about, I know you don't really want to talk to us. But but the girls aren't available right now. I said, you're right. But Rhonda, yeah, I love Rhonda's lives. You could see her backyard. One side is both views, depending on how she's sitting, has this idyllic, picturesque view of a barn. I think they are. They're pretty nice. It's been years since I've been. What? Oh my goodness, guys! This may be the topic we go with tonight, because my auction stuff is, if anyone's interested in using online auctions to declutter, I have a cautionary tale. It's been years since I've been in a Costco. Phew, what in the world? Dee, I know you were traveling recently. I mean, Costco would, oh yeah, I just can't imagine. I would miss Costco. I would miss Costco if I didn't have 2, one in this direction, one in that direction, both about 3 miles away. Yeah, 3.5, 3. Paycheck at college. I don't know. I wonder what kind of I've heard Costco is a great company to work for with great benefits. Pay is okay. But yeah, the thing is though, for people looking to try to get there, you'll see a lot of this. If you go to work there, you might end up getting lot duty, and they maybe have a lot of new people kind of assigned to that. That'd be tough if you're over 50 or 60, especially in, say, winter conditions where you live or summer conditions where I live. Although I think they have, they take that into account. Um, I noticed at my Costco, they have this big cooler, chiller thing, blowing hot, cold air out on the lot guys. And I thought, you know what, that's kind of whatever. Because at Home Depot, the lot guys, they're usually young kids, younger. They work pretty hard too. And they come in all the time. So, and we have no trouble with that, man. They can only go work for 15, 20 minutes in the heat, whatever. They're busting it. And they come in and go sit for 15 or some minutes, whatever. And as long as they're up on their work, that's great. And it seems like, there's a water station out there. But guys, if it's 105, 110 or higher, could be 115, 118 on some days. You're not going to stand out there with one of these little chiller, cooler blowing lukewarm air on you to drink your water. Ugh. I wonder about the bacteria counts in that water out there. But I think that would be a good strategy, Armored. Spend your Costco paycheck at Costco. Maybe they give you a raise. I do. Armpit of North Texas, Central 2 hours north. Please. I don't know, Rhonda. It looks pretty nice. You know what, Rhonda? Are you familiar with a guy, his grandson? They became social media stars with, I think, 1 million or more followers. They were really big on Facebook. It was Pops, and it was his daily videos about he and his grandfather and his grandmother, and they were borderline like, what was he really like? Because he was very disrespectful in some ways, especially with his wife. But they were married for 60-some years. I think they really did love each other. They had their moments where that's why they were still together, and they had great kids. And they had, Rhonda, do you know who I'm talking about? And he passed about a year ago or so. And Nan, it was Pop and Nan. Her name was Nan, and the Puerto Rican funniest lady in the world. And they would just argue. He'd always say, "Get back in the house." Get back in the house. Constantly. She'd pop the door open. He'd go, what was her name? Close that window. Now get back in the house, And his other son, Billy, who was the father of the grandson, Jason. And it was just a comedy. And they would egg him on and talk. They always gave Billy a hard time. He always did the same thing every time. He'd honk, and Pop would look over at his grandson. They lived catty corner across the street from each other. It was fun to watch. He would just go. He'd just roll his eyes and go, we know what you're here for. And he'd always come over and get all this food. They're always, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. It's funny. I'll learn about Costco through your videos. Yeah, I should. I'm telling you. You're not going to learn a lot about Costco, but you're going to, well, maybe I will throw in about why. I will say this. I get my blood pressure medicine via Costco, through Costco. That was one of the items I went to go pick up today. Something real simple and pretty cheap. Armored says, what do you think of the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Do you think Dallas is polished but phony in some ways? I can guarantee it is, Armored. It's Dallas. Is Fort Worth too old Texas? No, I've been to Fort Worth, and I learned there's Dallas and then there's Fort Worth, and that line is stark when you cross between them. And Fort Worth, if I were to live down there, I would live in Fort Worth. And if you know, you know. You can take a picture with them. That's probably true. So does Dallas. Hey, 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 we're talking about the animal, not the, yes, around the stockyards. Yeah, actually, I went to the stockyards. I went down there a good number of years ago when I went to a podcasting summit. I was living in Hawaii at the time. My podcast was on. It was called Kauai Talk. And I flew into Phoenix to see the fam. And then I went over to Dallas, down in Dallas. Went to the podcasters thing, which is years ago. It was pretty good. Met some really good people. And we went to the first night, kind of the big social was at the stockyards. And, that's where I got the vibe. And that's where I saw the level of politeness in the people from Fort Worth. And a couple young people kind of educated me on how they were from Fort Worth, and they didn't want anything to do with Dallas or be associated with, oh, you're from Dallas. No, they're from Fort Worth. It's basically a cowboy town, so to speak. Manners were everything. It was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Just such a pleasant, change. So yeah, I was impressed with that. And there's something wholesome about getting your picture taken with a cow. That is down in the stockyards. Yeah, I'll bet. You bet. Get your picture. I wish I had one now to share. I could do it. Oh, I'm getting behind here. Dallas has cows near the convention center. You could take your picture. That just shows you what a bunch of city slickers would do. I would not take a picture with a cow. I would with a donkey. And in Colorado, the donkeys in the Cripple Creek area run wild. And they go all the way back genetically to the miners' days. And they come into town. They tried to run them out at one time. They do keep them out of town because they were always on the streets. And then it got real big when gambling came in. But yeah, I'd get a picture with a donkey, otherwise known as a jack of all trades. Cows, come on. Raise your hand and do it privately in the safety of your own home. If you've ever gone through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, eastern Colorado, and saw the cows out by the pasture and went, roll the window down because you're using the air and go, moo. Come on, put a hand up in the chat if you've done that. I'd have to put it up multiple times. So I don't have a picture, but I have done stuff like that. Houston doesn't seem to have animals roaming around unless an exotic collector loses an alligator. Doesn't have animals. Oh my gosh. I think you're referring to something that actually happened. Never been to San Antonio, but it sounds like a chill city. Well, I have been to San Antonio. Did I miss something here? But it has the Riverwalk, and I have done the Riverwalk, and it has the Alamo. That was pretty cool to visit the Alamo, knowing the history. Of course, the Alamo now is built. It's totally built up all around. It's obviously it's on the National Register of Historic Sites. It's got a great story to it, obviously, all true. But I have not heard that San Antonio, in terms of people that I know that live in Texas, it is not the choice of theirs to live in San Antonio. Nothing real bad or anything. It's just that you have so many ridiculously cool areas to live just between San Antonio and Austin, like New Braunfels, and I'm trying to think of a few others. These are really neat little towns that are actually bigger, small cities now. I lived in Dallas oh yeah. I will second the go Dallas, except when it comes to the Cowboys. No thanks. Lived in there you go, D. Yeah, D, well, you live there. You kind of know that it is not necessarily it's not necessarily a place that's people don't say, oh, I want to move to San Antonio. Although I think as far as cost of living, pretty good. And I guarantee there's got to be some great neighborhoods in that area if you can afford them. And you've got some pretty, you got the Spurs are there. Pretty good sports stuff. Pigs are highly underrated pets. Oh man, I'm losing track. Well, where'd that come from? But yeah, that is true. Pigs are actually popular pets. Yeah, let's get the truth. Fort Worth is old school cowboy. Yeah. When I lived in Southern Colorado, I had my restaurant in a ranching, definitely Western styled area. The people there were what you would traditionally call salt of the earth. Your word is your bond, and a handshake. And they were ranchers and cowboys. And I had a whole group of them that would come in my restaurant on a daily basis. One guy would bring his crew in every day. And he once told me, he says, you know why we come here, Phil? I said, because of me. No, because of the excellent food. Well, it's good, but no. I said, why is that, Alan? And he said, you're the only place, and this is a small town of like 5,000 people, 9 miles away from a town of 45,000 people. He said, you're the only place that doesn't give us a hard time. We were coming in from the fields, the ranches, dealing with cattle. They always oftentimes had a lot of mud on their boots, whatever else. You've never once said anything about it. And I'm just going, well, not a big deal, Alan. I loved his business, and his dad, very influential in that county, like powerful, which I was naive to that, but they treated me fantastic. And I believe when I took over that place with my now ex-wife, we were told about the county was going to come in and had some problems with the different things. Guess what? In the 3 years I was there, never one problem with the city council or the county commissioners and the inspections and stuff. Nothing. And you know what? As I think back on that, I think it's because, hey, Phil, they told me, hey, Phil and Cindy, they're good people, and let's give them a chance, because they knew the business was tough. That's the kind of America I think it was great to be a part of. A small town, and people took care of themselves, but they expected you to, I don't know, do the best you could. So yeah, they booked their Christmas parties with me a couple years, and they were unbelievable customers. And let me tell you what I did. Alan would come in. We used to give away dum-dum suckers, and I noticed. And the waitress, very sharp, waitresses that are good, they pick up on this. They noticed how he would always check out at the count and the deal, always paid cash. And he would pick out of our dum-dum sucker thing all of the root beer. And I remember initially thinking, come on, tell Alan, he just can't go. And he wouldn't just take one. If we had 5 of them in there, he would pull out 5. Leave no one else. But now, on the other hand, he wasn't just coming in himself. He was bringing in 3, 4, 5, 6 guys every day for lunch. He and his wife would come in for dinner. And I had to think about that. It's like, you know what? 6 root beer suckers a shot, no problem. But there were days when there weren't any root beer suckers, and I'd have to think, well, that's because of you, Alan. Guess what? I came back to Colorado. I was in Colorado. I came down to Phoenix to visit my parents. And I went over here off of the I-17, wherever the Cracker Barrel was. And I found they had root beer barrel candy, I think it was. And I thought, oh my gosh, I first thought of Alan. So I went to I went to the counter thinking of Alan and his love for root beer. Oh, they were sticks. That's what, well, whatever they were, it was root beer candy. I said, hey, could I like, I saw like 10 of them in there in a box. And I said, I took all 10. I did an Allen. I took it up to the register because, um, they had that big gift center and everything. And so I took all of the candies, and there was about 10 of them, whatever. I went up to the counter, and they said, well, I said, this is for a friend of mine. He's a customer or whatever. They said, well, would you like a box of them? I said, absolutely. So they went in the back and brought me out a full box of root beer candy, suckers, whatever. And I brought that back. And so I put it on a shelf in the kitchen area, and I said, Allen's root beer only. Of course, the waitresses, there were a couple of them that always waited on him. Matter of fact, he'd come in and say, I would like this waitress or that waitress. And because he knew he got good service, right? And so the first time he came in, they grabbed that root beer candy, not just a little dumb sucker, and they gave it to him, a couple of them. And he said, oh, these are cool. Yeah, great. And I don't know if it was the first time or the second time, but he said, where is this like, because he's getting it every time, he finally just said, what's up with this? Thank you. They said, well, to be honest, they said, Phil picked these up for you when he went back to Phoenix to visit his mom and dad. He couldn't believe it, guys. Now that's the kind, and it's a little thing on my part. I mean, I probably spent, what, 20, 30 bucks on this box of candies, the whole thing. And he so appreciated that. Do you think I had his loyalty to my rep? Do you think that anyone in the community that said, oh, I don't like that place, or I didn't have good service, waitress wasn't nice to me, do you think he'd stand up for me every single time? It was awesome. Hey, how about that for a long-winded story? I'm going to catch up here on your guys' talk. Hey, when I'm talking, you listen. No space for one now, but maybe someday the regular ones can grow to be about, say, are we talking pigs here? Well, now wait, Armor, that's if you allow them to grow up. You could make them bacon for your breakfast at anything, like at 100 pounds, 150. That'd provide you a lot of bacon. I guess the perfect size pet for you. Way to go, D. D is matching Armored's talk here in the chat. Phoenix Nightcrawler, I remember you. I have a good impression, but now salt of the earth. Hey, I'm glad you stopped back by. I'm gonna look. Okay, good. Oh, okay, yeah, Phoenix. Okay. Let's see where he's going with this, or she. A 600-pound creature that loves to eat and will help you find mushrooms. Wow, I can't think of a better friend. Hey, Phoenix, why is your pick of a A and not a P or a B? What do we got here, Phoenix? Oh, yeah, let's go. Yeah, okay, that's all right, Phoenix. Phoenix is bringing a little variety. So I'm not ready to whatever. I appreciate all. I do. I appreciate open, different angles. And Phoenix, white privilege. Hey, man, I don't know what your story is, but if you say that, you have probably legitimate stories. I know, because I have some stories that would verify why people feel that way. Yeah. No, wait. Now I'm trying to think white privilege. Phoenix, I'm trying to think what you were probably referring to. Oh, and I said at Fort Worth, yeah, salt of the earth. Well, now wait, there can be salt of the earth people. There can also be people with white privilege, and I'm not considering them salt of the earth. No. How many online selling sites do you use? Well, just one. And what I found this week, I will say this. Okay, hang on. Phoenix, I hope you stick around. Let's see where you're going with this. I'm just using WhatNot because I just thought it actually, I love it. It's fun, but I've run into a major problem with the fact that They're shipping, and they're making a total overhaul of it August 1st. So if you go over 5 pounds, and when I'm selling, I did that whiskey decanter show auction a couple days ago. 2 of those with packing materials can go over 5 pounds, right around 6 pounds. That causes their automatic thing to, man, it charges, and then it goes into commercial zones, and that's the problem. A person that lived on the East Coast, North Carolina, I think it was, had to pay $18 shipping for the same 2 decanters that someone, say local here in my same zone, only had to pay $9, and she canceled. Now I did get WhatNot to credit her back one of those shipping charges, but it was too late. They actually replied and dealt with it for me in less than 24 hours. It was very, very good. But yeah, so anything heavy, it just seems like it's not going to be a viable option, which puts me back to square one of how do I get rid of that? Well, there's Goodwill, and then there's, probably offer up local pickup only. I think that's a possible option. But I'm not sure WhatNot really is about that, because here's the thing: WhatNot, these people are on there used to, they love the fact they can buy as long as their total order stays under 5 pounds or up to 5 pounds. They're going to get one shipping charge of $9.50 basically, and that's not heard of anywhere. Now that's changing. And then I found out today that when WhatNot began, they had free shipping, and they covered it for the sellers. And that's something another outfit, Vinted is called. They do clothing and stuff and accessories. And that's what they offer right now is free shipping. They want to get the sellers over there. And then once you get them over there, you adjust the shipping policies. So overall, I'm not giving up on it yet. I have lots of things I could sell and declutter. Hope to do that. And we'll see. We'll see. But for me, this is an experiment and a fun thing to do once or twice a week, to find homes for stuff that were meaningful and that are meaningful, and give them to someone else that would also, that they're buying it for meaning, not to buy clutter. And some of the What's Up Boomer community, at least 2 people have supported me in that and are finding things that are very meaningful to their family members or friends, as it turns out, which is great. It's cool. And they're getting a good price, because even with shipping, I look at these things, what they're being listed for on other platforms, etc. And it's like a whiskey decanter that's say related to a historical event or thing, $20 to $30, $35 plus shipping. I've got it listed for like in the $8 to $10 range plus shipping, which would be under $20 total. So it's a good deal. But if it's over 5 pounds, in other words, if someone orders 2 decanters and they live past the different zones in the country, that's the thing. This lady bought one $7 decanter, one $8 decanter, and was getting charged. So that was like $15. And the shipping on it ended up being over $18. Yeah, shipping is a tough thing. Coffee mugs are selling on Poshmark. Oh, I will check it out, because guys, I had this brilliant idea that I would collect these very cool coffee mugs and I would sell them and just supplement my retirement income. Just, spend every morning doing my listing, this and that. And I'm talking about, mugs that are meaningful to some people. And I'm finding mugs don't sell. They might if I price them. I can price them. I mean, I see these mugs that are in the $12 to $15, $20, $25 range. I'll price them at $4 to $6 plus shipping. And it would be almost like hobby like. All right, back to Phoenix. Okay. Haha, yes, you. Yes. the city council didn't bother you and trusted you. Well, yes and no, because there was a couple members on the city council that didn't like me because they had friends that had, one of them had a competing business. He did a little tiny dinner place, and I was his competition. He owned the building down there. I leased mine. This new council member started to object. I started to get a little bit of hassle about my parking area. Long story short, I was kind of toward the end of my lease there, and I just decided, for various reasons, not because of that, because it's who you know, man, and you know it. And this is where a lot of unfairness in our system, a lot of unfairness can be found. And you can be treated for your privilege or for who you know. So I'd like to think, though, that I had a great reputation for the whole community, and I was supported in my place. Everybody was welcome in my business. Now, for whatever reason, everything stopped with Phoenix's comment here. And so you were laughing about, hey, yeah, they didn't bother you and trusted you. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get the full gist of the meaning of that, but yeah, we could go into, what's interesting, I've thought about reaching out to a couple of my former employees, because I think a lot of stuff went on I had no clue about. Because I was just, would I ever open a restaurant again? No, especially at this age. What I learned, it was a great experience. I remember going through it, and at the end of it, I wanted to write a book about having your own restaurant. I could tell so many stories, but yeah, I've forgotten more than I remember for sure. But overall, the experience was up here. The downers, there were some real downers in some of the things like that. Yeah, okay, Rhonda. Good to see you. Yes, good to see you. So I did this kind of pop-up as I'm learning the terms live, just to kind of come on, and we'll give it a little bit longer just to hang out. And I work this weekend, so I really want to do them Sunday nights, kind of claim the Ed Sullivan hour here in 2026. But I between not getting out a video the last 2 weeks and trying to do, it would be great to do a live a week. I've got to pick my spots where it's available, and I wasn't going to do it tonight. Now, if I don't do it, I'd have to do it in the morning. I'm not sure if those, most people in the community and in the channel seem to be. I did a poll months ago, a year ago. What's your preference? And I gave certain days, and then it was like during the day or in the evening. And the evening one, hands down. The days were, scattered. So I'm just going to do things when I can, and this will go on a recording, and people can watch it later if they so choose. So I think I should go get another coffee in my Aloha glass. Anything else in the community? Anyone? It looks like it's been, whoever's here has stayed the most of the time, which is nice. Well, I'll say this. So what I want to do with my school group, I have a small percentage of people, and growing, because over the year and a half that I've been doing this, especially when I had the viral video and then a couple of follow-ups, people want to know, man, they actually called me, or we took a call, and I helped them, at least do the next best step. And the next best step wasn't buying a $2,000 workshop. I'm not saying that wouldn't be maybe a step in the future, but definitely not something you would do when you start out. I think I can help. I can be a voice of reason with people that are starting out, that are frustrated, because I'm that's where I'm at, and I've had some success. Uh, Last month, got back on the monetization train. Got to have at least 100. I had about 2.5, 245. So that's good. It's nothing, but it was kind of going. And I credit that to just being consistent, at least with lives, and one video in particular that has over 27,000 views or something. So, and that's modest. The guys that are making real big money on YouTube are people, and average Joe people, the average retirees, etc. They're getting 50 to 100,000 or a million or a few 100,000 views on a video, and yeah, they're doing they're definitely making a number of thousands per month. And what's really cool about doing YouTube is it only takes one. If I ever get a big one, like the big one that I've had is 472,000, but most of that was prior to getting monetized. So it benefited me, but not the way it would have. If I hit one of those now where I have something that catches the interest and attention of the viewers, it will pay off much greater. And in retirement, when you're just looking to supplement, and you get better at it, and you have a chance of having a video or two like that, that could supplement up to a year of your retirement monthly income. Just that. So that's the exciting part. But the most exciting part is a community you will build on YouTube. And overall, even the people that want to criticize you or disagree with you, I've only had to basically block just a couple people. Otherwise, the other people that disagree, criticize me about this, that, and the other, I'm okay with that, because they actually have a point usually with what they're saying, because they're coming from when I realize they're coming from an honest perspective, and they've lived a life that warrants their attitude or their opinion. I respect that. How much are coffee beans in Phoenix? What's that remind me of? How much is the price of something in Rome? Hang on a second here. How much are coffee beans in Phoenix? Well, now listen, you want to go cheap? Go over to King Fry's. Almost called it King Supers, where that's the what they're called in Colorado. It's what you buy. Let me tell you something. I'm right now, I'm just kind of drinking. Well, okay, I don't want to get into. It's in the video that will come out. It's in the video I made today. I when I just want something quick and easy, I buy the Keurig. Usually the Costco brand, or because otherwise I'm gonna grind my own beans, fresh roasted. Those can run about probably on average $15 a bag, $20. The stuff I recently bought from Hawaii, Kona coffee, 100% Kona. You guys that think you're drinking Kona coffee, you're buying it in your store, look at it closely and they can say it's Kona with only 10% of what's in that bag being from Kona, which is the big island of Hawaii. And those bags can run upwards of $100 for a 12 to 16 ounce. Yeah. I paid $11 with the shipping for 2 ounces, get at least 4 cups, and it tastes great. But I pick special occasions for that, no more than one a day. Hey, what do we got? And by the way, if you're a coffee snob like I am, and my son-in-law and my son, y'all know what the number one feature is of a good quality bean for coffee? It's roast date. If you're buying beans, whole beans that were roasted more than a month or two ago or 6 months ago, forget it. I would never waste my money on that. I don't care if it's $1, you're paying $1 too much. So it's all about if it's something that's roasted, I'd say within the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And you'll notice Pete's Coffee went to Best Buy. It's Best Buy this date. They used to have a roast date on it because they realized that they couldn't keep up with that. They went mass. So if you can find a local roaster with a good supply that can roast their beans the week you buy it, you will notice a difference. Hey, all right, Phoenix. All right, look at this. Prompted by, now we don't know if that's like yearly you, but I assume it is. D prompted you to post a picture. How about that? All right, Phoenix. Good, man. Yeah. No coffee for me, only chai tea. Yeah, chai tea's good, man. That is good stuff. Blue Bottle Coffee roast. There's this. Oh, there you go. Now, Phoenix Nightcrawler, I assume you're in Phoenix. Although we can't verify this is really your picture. I should tell you guys now, Phoenix, this has nothing to do with you. So don't take this personally. Hold on. Where's the, how do you refocus this thing? This is the cheapest, it's a Logic. It's the #1 selling cheap whatever. But anyways, Phoenix, that is it's amazing. Blue Bottle Coffee. I'm going to find out where they are because I'm all about that. And why is this like, guys, why is this not, it's having trouble focusing. My camera is confused. Let me, I will have to tell you all the stories someday about a dating story online where this really bothers me. Oh, there, see that? Guys, I'm not proud of it, but I'm not embarrassed by it. And it was, I wasn't trying to hurt anybody, but had met this one person. We'd met, just totally hit it off. But we agreed that we would get off the dating app. And just something, it's too early. If you don't trust each other, if you're dealing with online dating stuff, this is years ago, it's, yeah, whatever. Boy, I could do a whole channel on this. And we've actually talked about it. Some of my friends, hilarious. I mean, anyway, I put up a false profile and reached out to her to see if she's still on it. And oh yeah, she was. Now the clincher, I'll tell this story another time. I picked a profile picture off of the internet, which was the mugshot of a guy in Texas. Have I got stories or what? Those of you we're an hour into this show, no one will ever see this. But yeah, that's a great story, man. And I reached out. I sent a thing. It says, "Hey, darling," trying to pretend I was like texting. Oh, she responded immediately, and then that was the end. I didn't carry it on. That was the end of it. I mean, that's when. Okay, need to move on. No problem. Have you ever roasted your own beans? Nope. Because not only is the roast very important, the beans are very important. So at that level of whatever, I don't know who, I haven't done research. I suppose you could get a hold of a supplier with really quality, organic, etc. beans. My son-in-law has done it and done pretty well, and he would roast it in a popcorn popper. Oh, okay. Blue Bottle in Oakland. I'll check them out, Phoenix. Nightcrawler. Yeah, that sounds good. Online. Yeah, that would be amazing. Definitely check them out. Up your revenue. Sell Peak a Blind. Sell Peak a Blind. The revolutionary window blind. Oh my God. We definitely have to check this out, man. Check if the neighbor's landscaping crew has arrived without moving the blind. Guys, this is hilarious. Peek a blind. You know what? I will check this out. And this might make for a great video if I order them and see if it would work. See if they work. Peek a blind. Peek a blind. You know what? I wonder if that would work on a, like it would, I don't know. See, the problem is if you do blinds, you got to have the exact measurements and you get into all that. So I'm not sure that works on online selling. And Napa. All right. Very cool. What's up, Boomer has become what's up with this webcam. Yeah. I think I could, I ought to develop out the theme on this what's up show. It's me, Phil. Who's the fantasy football champion? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. I work with this guy. Alan, what the hey? Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something about Alan. Alan has been through it the last 6 or so months. Alan is dealt with some. Yeah, Alan. What the heck's up with no shirt? What are you trying to do? Alan's doing great now, but he's had to make serious big changes in his life, health wise, diet wise. Yes, and he wants to claim, Alan, you were not the fantasy football champion last year. I don't think so. Well, it was the year before. See, Alan's still hanging on to the past. He's hanging on to that. And now I know why he's the Nightcrawler. Alan has a pretty interesting idea for a YouTube channel. And I think it will go, Alan. You just got to start doing it while you're still working. Yeah, Alan, we'll talk. You know what? You should do it. And I think you would grow very quickly. That's bad, Phil, speaking for all of it. Now, wait, D, you haven't heard the story. You just heard a highlight. I would love, should I do a live where I tell the story about dating at 45 plus? I think I was in my 40s, maybe my early 50s at the time. Should I do some lives about stories from the online dating phase of my life? Oh my gosh. Yes, totally fake. Totally fake. And it was not a bad mugshot. And the guy was, I didn't pick a guy that was all beat up, and he was like this pretty wholesome, he was a pretty good looking guy, I guess, in my opinion. It obviously worked. And he would, oh my gosh, I'd have to try to remember. I don't remember what he was in jail for, but it was his mugshot. D, before you judge me completely, you got to hear the story. No harm, no foul. I didn't use it to, it wasn't catfishing or whatever they call it. I just did it for this one gal because I didn't trust her. Maybe what I should have done is just, but see, I wanted to prove it to myself because my distrust, there's some baggage there on myself. But I had also got to the point where, look, how should I put, I got my own baggage, but I don't want to go down the line even another week, let alone a few months before my gut, that let's say out of insecurity or past experiences, was proven. So I went with the fake profile. The mugshot profiles dating headline. I'm a Texas bad. With today's AI, you could actually look that up and it would have come up. Hey, this is the guy in Texas that just got out of prison. Oh my gosh, that I love that. I didn't pretend I was a bad boy. I literally just said, hey, darling, I love your profile. Would you be interested in talking? I said, I'm in town working on, I'm a contract. I have a construction company and I'm in town for the next month. Would you like to get together for coffee? Something like that. Yep. And man, boom, she was all about that before we had our official whatever. Yeah, okay. That's good, Alan. I changed my name and now can't change it back to Alan. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the, well, yeah, I doubt you can change it back to Alan because someone else has Alan. Probably you. You know, my channel for What's Up Boomer that you're watching right now is What's Up Boomer 1958 for obvious reasons. The What's Up Boomer, what do you call it? The What's Up Boomer nickname, whatever, the handle is taken up by another person. Who is that other person? I found out. It was me because on my other Gmail, I just did the What's Up Boomer. And I'm afraid to mess with it because I want to like screw up the channel being locked or whatever. Hold on. I'll reserve judgment then once I hear the story. Well, thank you for being willing to hear the story, D. I'll have to do it on live, though. I don't want to necessarily do a video about it per se, but I could. Armored judging in retirement, 62. I think Armored is the master of handles. Yeah. I'm feeling outnumbered. Well, you probably should because I think there's nothing but men in this group right now. And then there's about 7, 8, 9 other people just kind of hopefully enjoying this discussion. So we should take it. I just want, I got nothing better. Well, yeah, I should be finishing, or actually, I've got a great outline, or as Brad will recommend, storyboard. I've storyboarded in my own thing. I've got the direction, the flow of the video. I just now need to put together the voiceovers, the audio talk, and the B-roll that I might include in all, because I took B-roll while I was at Costco today. I had this idea and I thought, well, I better get some B-roll. So I just started going down the aisles, taking video, doing this or doing this. You know, you got to be, I held it like this. Just and people, I used to be really self-conscious about that. I don't even care now. I just got there. I just make sure, you know, I had it where they weren't really on. No one said, hey, are you recording me? I would say, yes, sir, I am. You're going to be the next star on the What's Up Boomer YouTube channel. May I get your name, please? Fun. Your new boomer dating profile, start it with swipe right if you know how to Hey, what if on the live that I tell the story, I mean, this would just be fun. I won't do this, but wouldn't it be fun to create a dating profile for a retiree and just see what kind of fun we could have? Now, D, I'm going to bring this back to something you said just a moment ago. I think if you're on, especially if you're a woman, because I think women that wouldn't do this, but there's a lot of men out there on these profiles. At least, again, it's been years since I've been on them or used them, years. There's a lot of guys out there that are just as insincere as can be on these profiles. So I love it, Brad. I think that is great. You know what? I think that, come on, D, this right here, that shows a sense of humor, how to program a VCR. I think this would work well for a retiree group with the What's Up Boomer then. then that'll have them running. Yeah, running to say, hey, now the next thing is, what movie would you watch on a future date in the VCR? Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. I'm a boomer. Just swipe right. I'm still breathing and can walk and hike X number of miles. Jen Zone. Oh my goodness. Hey D, I'm here with you. Just didn't comment. Yes, D, you brought Jen Jones retirement out. This is not her first time here, I don't believe. Great profile picture. Jen Jones, did you hear what prompted this kind of side discussion we're having? That will go viral. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it, Brad? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was not out then I was just out with that fake profile as D. So that's a fake profile. Of course it was D. I was trying to prove if she had not responded, case in point, she said she had closed out she was no longer part. This is what prompted it. She said she was off the site. I logged in just to see if her profile was still active, and it was. Now that's the precursor of what prompted me to do the fake profile with the guy's picture that was a mugshot. Gosh, I think it's right. Now, and then I never used it again. I don't even remember if I canceled it. I might have even canceled it, but who knows? I'm trying to think what platform it was. So some of you ladies out there that are watching it here in 2026 may want to watch out for that profile. Oh my gosh, guys. I think we should do it. Thanks, Jen Jones. Yes, D. All right, this is good. Good that you have a little camaraderie here. Jen Jones, feel free to blast me. I don't know if you're figuring this out here. But first, let me go get a real quick little cup of coffee here. Please talk amongst yourselves. Don't go anywhere. The best is yet to come as we wrap up tonight's live. Yeah, be right back. All right. Cheers. Nothing like a little caffeine at 6:15 p.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona. 9:15 on the East Coast. Where are y'all from, real quick? How about just a quick? Where are y'all from? State only. State only. No line, no fake profiles here. Where are we? Then record the date. All right, I got to catch up. Not sure what we're talking about there. Insincerity runs rampant among men. Hey, D, I will say this. Based upon what my female friends, women that I work with or whoever, have shared with me, I would hate men. I try not to be that guy, but I got to tell you this. Gosh, should I have, you know what? If I could, I have, I've, I've thought about the the women that I've had relationships with, friendships as well as relationships. um, Most, I think, would say we could both be honest with each other as a two-way, but there were a couple that would just probably ream me. What would you think about me bringing, if they'd be willing to come and talk about me? There's a what's up boomer. I would put that behind a paywall. You want to know what they think about me? Good. Yeah, in that it's true, man. It's true. Just use their terms. I like walks on the beach. Must also love Phoenix. Okay. So glad Brad is here tonight. He's gonna help us. He's gonna help us build this. There's Sage. It's always fun to drop into the middle of whatever the boomers talk about. I'm telling you, this was not planned at all, Sage. We are like, oh, we're talking about kind of right now a fake profile as D has identified it. And of course, yes, it was fake that I made when I was on this dating website. This has to be 15 years ago, probably. And yeah, probably 15, maybe more. And but the story behind is why I did it. I only used it for one purpose, not to be insincere with women, just one in particular, just to verify something that she told me but was lying about. And this is the clincher. I love this story. I used a picture I took off the internet of a guy's mugshot. Actually, he wasn't getting out of prison. He was going to prison. Because it was and he was from Texas. And it was from a local paper. You know, back then I said, oh, I'll just take this guy's picture. It didn't have any, it wasn't like the prison garb with a number right here. Oh, that would have been super classy. It was just him. He had a collar on it. Did it? No, I think it was just the V cut. Prison garb. I guess. I don't remember, but not important. And it was just from here up. And yeah, you know what? I'll have to. Now, remember, I'm doing part of my channel is to do things so the grandkids, the grandgirls will know Pop Pop. Oh my gosh. When they're older, I would love to tell them this story if I'm still around. Sage, so glad you're here. I heard it all. Okay, Jen, and it prompted you to jump in. Please don't unsubscribe, or maybe subscribe if you haven't already to continue this. We would love your perspective. Yeah, mugshot, fake profile. I know. Yeah, where did I get that from? I'm catching up in the deal here. But hey, Jen, I'll call you Jen, as in Jen Jones. Remember Saturday Night Live? Talk amongst yourselves. That's what I say. Who drinks coffee at 6 a.m.? The boomer. Hey, when you're a boomer, you know, Brad, you're just some young guy. You're probably a millennial, I think, or Gen X. Yeah, that's who. Of course, you're listening to a guy that created a fake profile with a mugshot from being arrested. I'm telling the story, and then your judgment is I will have to repent maybe. I like walks on the beach, and also Phoenix, although I don't drink there I don't think there are beaches in Phoenix. There's lots of sand, but no, there's no ocean. Jen Jones. So wait a second, Brad. What D is saying is that line you're suggesting? Because remember, we might make a fun profile and do this. It's almost cruel, but as long as we didn't hurt anybody. Because let me tell you, okay, from a man's perspective, let me tell you what was going on years ago on these dating sites. And it was toward the end of my experience, and it verified what I had experienced. Okay, while the men were insincere, total out, completely lied. The women were lying in their own ways. Here's what they were doing. They were, and I had verification where I learned about this again from friends that I knew saying, oh yeah, my roommate, she goes out every single night for free drinks and a meal. Every single night. And yeah. Yep. So yes, we love ourselves. Jen Jones retirement. This is from Armored Ghost. Yes, we love ourselves. Let's keep going. I'm lost track of when you were talking amongst yourselves. Definitely love ourselves and our conversations. Yes. No ocean. That's right. I couldn't do caffeine all night. I'm not doing it all night. Guys, you know what's really weird? I have actually come home from a shift at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night a few times and just thought, I'm going to do that mushroom coffee. It's a lower caffeinated thing. Fell right asleep. So I don't know what's wrong with me. They even come with cactuses and scorpions. Yeah. This is true. Oh, scorpions I hate. Armored. Good. Jen is with us here. We're not being serious. Same, D. I'd be up all night. Well, not me. I hate to, it makes me wonder what's wrong with me. Besides what we already realizing tonight, what's wrong with that? Yeah, I pretty much have no trouble. Every blue moon, I might do something, or I have a cup of coffee like at 6 or 7 on my break. And I come home on my break, I make a cup of coffee, I go back, and then I'm like wired till 12, 1 in the morning. I wonder if Phil has trouble sleeping at night. Actually, with or without coffee. So they say, as far as health, sleep is it's certainly underrated. And being that I've had a heart event, which has caused me to say, okay, I really went strong on diet. And when you see my upcoming Costco video, what I bought today, I know there's already people out there going, oh my God, no wonder. But I'm beginning to think probably eat right, eat good for you, watch your numbers. But if you don't take care of stress in your life and sleep, I don't care if you go strictly this or that, Mediterranean diet, vegetarian, plant-based. Stress, they say, will knock 10 years off your life expectancy. And I have never really seriously dealt with my stress except for about a year after my heart event, and I was doing great. But I've let the things of life come back into my life and live kind of more stressfully now. So yeah, I'm always up. I don't sleep enough. I love how we all chat when Phil walks away. That's right. I will block your asses just if you do something. Oh, good job, Jen Jones. Okay, now wait. Now the next question. Again, I'm catching up here. Upstate or city? Big difference, right, Jen? Upstate is a different breed of people. You're Buffalo fans. You're champion level. You get to the champion level, but you don't finish it. Although I would love to see Buffalo win a championship. I think he does. Do what? Cali, Columbia. What? English acquisition. Been in the background, I guess. Hey, welcome, English. From Cali or Columbia. So maybe you're in Columbia now. Right on. So D, I know you were traveling recently, but you're now in Kentucky. I got my brother. I think I've mentioned, he's in Shelbyville. Love Kentucky. Love it. What a great state. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm sure you're a stand-up guy, Phil. Well, for the most part, not perfect for sure. But I'm not going to play the kind of games like I did with that. But for one purpose, though, making that fake profile. Thank you for calling it a fake profile. 100%. But the coup d'etat was using the picture I used. That was great. Jen, just so you know, Sage is I consider her a top 10 channel supporter, contributor, person. And I don't care if Sage and I don't know this person. Her and I disagreed, or I would totally honor her because she's proven to me she's a quality person. Oh, look. So wait a second. I've never been on. Well, you know what? Based on that picture, Alan, I think that's a good decision. What do y'all think in the crowd? I can tell you guys right now, if I had used this profile picture, now guys, I know Alan. Okay, this is great. He's a great. You know what, Alan? I want you to come on because you're a good person, man. You're a good dude. But guys, if I'd used this as my profile picture, no chance. Me neither, Alan. All right, Jen. Well, Jen, I need to maybe talk, and I think I should use the lives right now because I'm not comfortable doing a video about it. But yeah, you know what? We could have some great lives talking about this stuff. I have stories, man. And I know if you've been on a dating site, especially a woman's perspective, you've got you probably have more. You do probably have more stories of just like reasons to never go on a online dating site again because of the way the players that are out there. Oh, there you go, D. I was on a dating site but didn't stay on long for reasons Phil has demonstrated. D, if I could only find, you know what? Oh my gosh. I should do some kind of search. I guess it'd be impossible now. Again, I can't remember what dating site it was. I really can't. Probably Match or something like that. But again, it was so many years ago. It was over a decade ago. If I would have known then that I would have a YouTube channel someday, I would have documented the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Talk about a moneymaker in viral videos. Armored says offline dating sites like Costco are better anyway. What? Hey, I have never, I don't know, women in the crowd, we've got a few. Would you be comfortable? Some guy, well, now see, this is where it depends on, what he looked like. If he looks like Phil or Alan, you don't have a chance of getting my number at Costco. Maybe if I offered to buy you a piece of pizza and a Coke, there you go. Older women know that I can fix him. Older women know that I can fix him is a home improvement project, not a dating strategy. Which is why a lot of them, there are people that talk about they go to Home Depot because they want to talk to a handyman. 2 honest. Hey, me too. Ultimately, I am. And even more so, it got to the point toward the end of my dating stuff where all it took is one phone call. If they weren't willing to get on a phone, I wasn't interested. A lot of them said, well, let's meet. Let's meet for drinks. Let's meet for happy hour. No, I want to talk to you first. Well, we can talk. No. So I had to talk to the person. That was one of my deals, is I wanted to talk to you first. If we couldn't hold a conversation, a cold, out of the blue, I don't know you, you don't know me, let's talk. Oh, I don't want to give you my number. Well, you can you can block it, whatever. Or here's my number, you call me. I don't care. I don't want your number because I could care less about it unless we were to have a continuing conversation. And you know, all this stuff. These women were playing that game. So they, you know, some wouldn't. The ones that just wanted to go, you know, let's meet for drinks or, you know, an appetizer or dinner. Then it was like, where are we going to meet? And it's like they would size you up on that. I heard that mushroom coffee is all. Well, let me tell you, Jen Jones. I don't drink it straight like I would that Hawaiian Kona coffee I ordered on WhatNot. Oh my gosh, fantastic! And if it's good coffee, you drink it black, fresh, grind the beans before you brew it. It's so good, and it feels good after you drink it. I use heavy whipping cream, or you know, but it's good. I like the fact of the mushroom, you know, supposedly less bloating. It's good. I've been drinking it now for almost a year. Um, and I use the company Daily Dose, DOSE, and it's good. It's got changa mushroom in it. You see what it's produced. All I can say is my hair is a little more gray, but I still have it. So that's my bottom line. It sounds terrible. Look, don't think about the mushroom. Just think about the coffee and put a little cream in it, and it's good. Armored says, so should they stop? D, do you think it's weird if possibly these two people are talking to each other? Brad, so should they shop at Lowe's, Home Depot, or Menards? Yeah, they're awesome. They probably do all of them. Haha, yes. My A1C. So, hey, ladies. This reminds me of the guy that's killing it on social media with, is the old guy like 80 years old? It's actually the joke where my brother got it. He says, you know, he recently bought a thing when you die with a crematorium. And he got this joke from them. He used it on the WhatNot auction, the one he's been on. And it's that what really sold him was they said if you burn in a fire, you get half price for being cremated. Terrible. So Alan, well, no, wait, Alan, I think, yeah, that's good, but this is not a dating. Actually, this might be a dating profile thing. Yeah, 5'4", man. I've never been under 6, whatever, 0.4. Pretty damn good, Alan. I'm moving to semi-retired starting next week. Tomorrow's my last day. Wow, congrats. In July, I'll start my new schedule, 20 hours a month. Fantastic. Yeah. Jen Jones, this is pure a vanity question. Like, how did you find What's Up Boomer? Oh, City Gal, as in New York City. That is New York City. It would be good to have a meetup, all of us in New York City. New York City. I told someone yesterday at work. It was a younger person. They said, do you have any bucket lists? I said, not really at this point. Like the traditional bucket lists are made, except for 2 things. Like she asked me if she said she's young. She says, is there any place you would love to go see? And I said, yeah, 2 places, Statue of Liberty and Golden Gate Bridge. Upstate. There you go, D. There you go. Lake George area. Talking Greek to me now. Oh, yeah. The best return policy. Well, I got to tell you, if you're within 90 days, Home Depot's taking it back for no reason. You don't need to give a reason. When I worked service desk, I didn't want to hear it. I really respected the people that wanted to explain to me why they were returning it because they felt guilty. No, don't worry. We take it back. You don't have the package? No problem. Just proof of purchase, whether it be from your credit card or receipt. I would imagine I think Lowe's is the same way. And Menards, I know that's more of a Midwest place, but they're pretty good. Me too, Jen. San Francisco Bay Area. There you go. What, huh? I don't know what that. Okay. Let's go through this. Well, maybe I ought to leave more often. Man, you guys just start. I'm way behind on the chat. I can't see my picks. Well, Alan, just take it from me. Home Depot Phil, this is not the pick you'd use in a dating profile. Do you think AI can significantly upgrade matchmaking? This is great. Yeah, probably, if you've been honest with your AI. It's all about where you start. What kind of information are you feeding the algorithm, the AI algorithm? What kind of information are you putting on your dating profile? Let's be honest. Dating profiles are notoriously, let's just say, they only accentuate the positive. I accept my title as a top 10 channel supporter who tends to skip school. It's not my fault. I can explain my absence. Dog ate my homework. There you go, Sage. Oh, here we go again. Oh, there we go. Sage, here's what I'm going to do with school, because here's what I've realized, and I completely understand it. We, especially at our ages, let's just say 50 plus, let alone almost 70, we're not looking for another social media platform to spend time on. So I'm going back to what I was thinking about it is I was getting all these questions, especially with the viral video. Well, about could I do this? How did you do this? Would you recommend this? Would you recommend that with regard to YouTube? And so I want to use my school community as a place where you have access to me. Number one, all these questions came in, when I don't know how many thousands of comments I got on that video, let alone the others. Can't keep up with it. But on school, I would be able to keep up with it and give you direct attention, as well as possibly I'm thinking of a workshop course. It would be a course, or just, it wouldn't even be that. It'd be direct access. You pay this much. Initially, I'm going to offer so many for free. Then it's going to go to $7, $17, $27. And you have 100% access for my advisement if you respect what I've done or what I'm doing, and that's it. I paid, for example, Casey Neistat. Now, he's up here with regard to YouTube. I took his storytelling course when he first offered it. It was $250. I got my credit card out that night and paid it because I had access to Casey Neistat, and it was amazing. And it was a good course. It was a great course. It was a great course. When you have opportunity to speak to someone you respect, especially at that level. Now, by the way, it's upwards of $500 for the same course. He's probably updated it, probably improved it, but still, I'd still pay the $500 to get a course by Casey Neistat on how to do YouTube videos, tell the story. So for me, though, it's not so much about telling you, it's about my journey, about how I'm learning to tell the story, but more importantly, how I would start today. I have a 2-year perspective. Actually, I have more than that, but a 2 years perspective. And it's basically what I'm doing now compared to what I was doing 2 years ago. So, yeah. And I have some examples of people that I have helped and saved them literally a few $1,000s. But you're always welcome, Sage. Pep's Pizza and Coke is not a good opening. Oh. You're talking about the Costco run? Because that's not the way it's going to open, D. It is weird, Phil, that Armored and Brad get each other. It is weird that Phil and Armored Brad. Yeah, well, to be honest, D, I find those guys like way above me. I wish I had their sense of cutting edge humor and ability to relate to the past in the way they do. Boomer foreplay. No, you hang out first. No soup for you. Yeah, you know what? That would be interesting. Is if you can get the person you're looking to maybe meet to hang up first, you know. And actually, let me just say this. It got to the point where within the first 10 minutes, I know this sounds weird or maybe shallow, but within the first 10 minutes of a conversation, I would know whether I would want to invest in getting together for coffee or drinks or, an appetizer. 10 minutes, 15 tops. That 15, no, 10 minutes, sometimes less. All it would take, there's certain triggers, and that would be interesting to hear from you all. What's your trigger to say not interested? So yeah, I'll have to think about some of those. Again, it was a long time ago. What were some of the things that I would say? Well, you know what? Now I want to make this perfectly clear. The triggers I had were not related to them being a bad person, or it's just not the person for me. They were pretty cool, probably, and probably beautiful. Whatever they checked certain boxes, right? Their profile picture, maybe it was whatever it was. Maybe they were doing a profile picture that was heavily filtered, or maybe it was from their neighbor. Who knows? Maybe it was their daughter because they looked alike. Look, the point is, it was more about maybe something that I just thought, well, you know what? Their either beliefs or their personality was just something I wasn't, I knew I wasn't going to click with. So, whatever. Brad, that is funny. Yeah, no soup for you. I would just say no drinks for you. I saw the video in the car about working at Home Depot. All right, Jen, and you're still here. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you are. My A1C. Oh, there you go. See, Alan has a pretty good sense of humor. Now, he would be irritating to me, but my A1C is 5.4 is going to be the headline of my new online dating profile. You know what? I love the guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name. He's 70, 80 years old, and he's freaking hilarious. He is viral now on all of the social media. His big line is, I joined a dating site, and I asked her for her number, and she said 140 over 90. I also love, he says, on Facebook, on those media sites where they guess your age or something like that. How old am I? I put my picture on there, and it came back and says, no, you're good. Or no, that's what it was. What will I look like when I'm whatever? And no, you're good. Guy's hilarious, man. Have you heard of the I can't say it, so how can I hear about it? Of course I've heard about it. Yeah, amazing. Beautiful place. Doesn't what's it called? The trail, the Appalachian Trail runs through there, does it not? Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, no, Alan. Okay, this would be the classic. He does not look like that now. Nope, Alan, no, not good. See, we got to have Alan on. Maybe what we do is we create a dating profile for Alan. How about that? No, D, that's not what he looks like now. It is, but it isn't. That's another thing about dating profiles. Guys, if you don't have a recent picture up, give me a break, man. That's a good idea for courses by Phil. YouTube one, D? I think so. I look forward to that. Brad says, I was honest with my AI. Now it's hallucinating that I'm a high-value bachelor with great communication skill. Must be broken. With my audience and this topic, we can set the world straight on dating online. Were you really? Alan now is using his LinkedIn. Oh, I have a feeling Brad looked that up. I'll bet you're right, Brad. No mention of A1C. Women want to know. Yeah, because now wait a second. You know what, Sage? This is what would be interesting. If your A1C is 6.6 or 6.8 and higher, you could be on the verge of a heart event. So I knew women, especially in the area I live in, they think, you know what, I'm going to go with that old guy, the older guy. And if you could know his A1C, you could probably more accurately predict, like the actuary tables, just how much more time he has. Higher A1C, less time, which would give you a good time in the future. Yes, thriving. I was honest. My A1 just has a strong imagination and zero fact checking skills. No Appalachian Trail. What? Really? Okay, well, see, I don't know my geography, for Pete's sake. North Country National Scenic Trail is in the Adirondacks, whatever. Gosh, can't. It's these glasses. By the way, we're an hour 45 into this, and I didn't mention I'm wearing the Meta AI glasses. I had planned to do some recording here, and maybe for a future video, but I didn't do it. Oh, look at that. Brad is right. Alan, don't mess with Brad. Do not mess with Brad. He's on top of it. So yeah, Alan, it's time to update everything in your social media platform. If you want to convey a more, I will consider honest, unfake presentation. All right, I'm caught up on the chat. We've been strong at 11 to 13 or so people tonight. There you go. A real from the islands coffee mug. It's sweating this iced coffee. All right, guys. So let's wrap it up here. I've had enough fun tonight. I will say that my online selling auction on WhatNot, I have an auction coming up on Saturday. I'm going to really focus on lightweight stuff, salt, pepper shakers, and anything else I can find in some boxes, and go for it. My goal is an hour. Try to declutter as much of that. There might be some things that people either collect, or like I have some shakers. I was collecting those at one time, ran into it. Mixers, doing stuff like that. But again, it is clear that if someone were to buy multiple items and it goes over 5 pounds, I got to pay basically the shipping, or they have to pay it, and they don't want to pay it at that point, because it becomes a cost that, it's kind of, people that are in these auctions are looking for deals and cheap shipping. We made Phil a dating profile as a joke. Now the joke has a name, and she prefers Mrs. Boomer. What? We made a dating profile as a joke. Where'd you make this dating profile? What are the Meta glasses for? Well, let me tell you, Jen Jones. I bought these last fall. And it's really concerning to me, because when people recognize I have these, do you know the overall? Matter of fact, before I tell the rest of my story, why did I get these? Why is it? What is the impression, the reputation that you've heard about Meta AI glasses? We're going to continue with that. Ask Alexa how to pronounce it. Alexa, how do you? Thank you, Sage. I plan to involve Alexa tonight, my co-host. Alexa, I'm on a live. I apologize for not including you today for the What's Up Boomer live, but we need to know the proper pronunciation of Adirondacks Mountains in New York.
It's actually the Adirondack Mountains. Pronounce /ed.rn.decmain.tnz/ in American English.
There you go, Adirondacks. I just had little tongue tied. There you go, Sage. Thank you so much for the help there. I was saying it to my laptop. What were you saying? The Adirondacks? Okay. Adirondacks. I told you so. Yes. Hold on. No. I think for now the new I have generation 2. There's generation 1, obviously. Gen 3 came out a few months ago. 6 months ago or so. Gen 3 now has the ones where you can see everything in a screen right here. It's kind of like Google Glass was in the past, and Apple had something. Those failed. These things have taken off. But the question was, why? What are the Meta glasses for? Well, it depends on the person, and I bought them for a very specific reason. And I'd like to know, from your perspective, what is your impression? What is the reputation, possibly, that you've heard about these AI glasses? I will tell you why exactly I bought them. Are they overpriced? No, as a matter of fact, they've really come down in price, especially for the Gen 2s where you don't have the fancy, you have the neuron wrist, so you do everything by your hand. If you see people walking around now doing this and that, they're watching things on their glasses. Once you hear it, you can say it. Adirondacks, yes. Recording, yes. But that's the debatable, controversial subject. What are people recording? Buzz is here. Buzz, you better not have been in my audience. We have had an unbelievable discussion, and I know this wouldn't relate to you, about dating profiles. I just signed up for WhatNot. Hey, Buzz, I've got some definite feedback to give you if you'd like. We could do that another time off. I'll give you a call. How do people take bids for $1 and offer free shipping? They take a loss. Strange new world for me, Buzz. So I started decluttering a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, using WhatNot, and I've hit a snag a little bit because really it's pretty cool. It's exciting. It's fun. I didn't give this update at the beginning. I'll give it now, an hour 52 into this. So WhatNot had a promotion for new sellers that if you could go online to sell for 120 minutes and sell to 5 different buyers. They would match you in your sales up to $150. Thanks to a couple of What's Up Boomer subscribers or viewers that were very nice to support me. They made a couple purchases, and then 3 other people. I made about, well, right now the payout is a little over $200, but about 100 of that is the match that WhatNot offered me. So that's been great, but that match, I don't have that going forward. And I ran into a snag last week. In the last auction I did these whiskey decanters. They weigh 2 to 3 pounds in ounces with packaging. And then I ran into where, depending on how far it gets sent, here's what happens. The person that bought 2 of the decanters, one for $7, one for $8 or something like that, and the packaging, put her over into a rate that she had to pay $9 per order, over $18 for a $15 sale. And she said, she's used to this $9 max shipping. Anyway, long story short, she canceled, and I told her I would cancel it because I said whatever. And I've learned since then, shipping is the problem. If you go small items, people are making a killing on this app with jewelry, anything small, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, whatever. But Buzz, I'd be happy to talk to you offline about it, and I will have an updated video about it. But it's fun, it's live, it's an auction, so people are looking for deals, but the shipping is the prohibitive cost in this thing. Anyway, Recording things you shouldn't be recording. Ah, yes, D. So the AI glasses that I get people all the time going, especially young people like under 30 in their 20s. Oh, what are you trying to do, Phil? You old guy trying to record stuff? No. So let me get through these comments here, and I'll tell you why I bought the Meta AI glasses. Gen 3 Meta glasses finally helping people date, providing live feedback on why they shouldn't be. Yes. Oh my. Hey, so Buzz, I want to clue you in. For whatever reason, this crowd tonight brought out a memory about years ago, over 10 years ago, when I was doing a dating site online. And long story short, I didn't do that. I did this to confirm to me whether this gal was being honest with me or not. So I created, as D in the audience pointed out, that's a fake profile, Phil. That was the whole point of it. I created a fake profile. Buzz, this is a great story. And I use the mugshot of a guy online from Texas. It was his picture of him being arrested, but he looked normal. He just had a blue whatever. It was his mugshot, and it was being reported in the Texas newspapers. And I can't remember exactly everything, but I used his picture, a mugshot picture, as my profile, and I reached out to the gal I knew just to see. She told me she was off the site, and she wasn't. Matter of fact, she replied back probably within a half hour and said she'd love to get together for coffee with me because I was in town. I was a contractor with a building I was building here. Anyways, it's a great story, and I think if possible live in the future. This group tonight, Buzz, wants to create. We might create a dating profile. Not for me. Phil's decluttering. Now I've got to get another storage. I've got to go get another storage unit. Right. Whatever. Hold on now. For your teapot. Uh-huh. And the king. Wait a second. Yes. Hey, so Brad, reach out for the breakfast so we can. I've got those 2 decanters right down here. And I tried to do the shipping, and I did what I could. I dropped it as low as I could. It wouldn't allow me. So whatever. It'll be good. And a space for a diploma. Yeah, this is all inside jokes here, guys. Great story is a matter of perspective. Yes. I'm in. Okay, Alan, not sure what he's in for, but he might be in. I think he's in on, we create a dating profile for Alan, but we get an updated picture. Hey, Alan, if we did that, then we follow the story. We'll see the response Alan gets. He has to use, the requirement will be he has to use the dating profile we create for him. And between Armored Ghost and Brad, this could be a killer profile. So here's the answer, Jen Jones. Oh, you got it here. Right, D. Here's the answer. Why did I buy these? Jen Jones wanted to know. So last fall, I was planning a trip to the Philippines. And there we go. Jen, I did not forget. I get distracted. I get off track, but I remember to come back. Okay. They, for me, are hopefully for using as I create videos. Like today when I was at Costco, and Buzz does Costco videos, what he buys. Mine's gonna be a little bit different. I didn't have them with me, so I could have recorded. The thing is, though, they record in a vertical format versus a horizontal, but they're okay. They actually are amazing quality. All of the young people accuse me of, why do you have AI glasses? What are you trying to record? I'm trying to record things for my YouTube channel. That's why, Jen Jones. When I went to the Philippines, I knew ahead of time, wow, I'm going to be on a scooter, a motorbike. And I can say this, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to say, hey, Meta, start recording. It's recording, guys. Right now, I'm recording this live, as you can see. Now you can go and try to default, get rid of this. I'm not interested in that. If I'm recording you, I want you to know, hey, I'm recording you. So here's an example of me using my Meta AI to record this live. Hey, Meta, stop recording. So y'all feel safe now. I'm not recording anything else. And when I'm on the so I took numerous recordings when I was walking the street. I had people in my audience. I would do lives from the Philippines, and I had a lot of good ones and fun. And people were saying, "Hey, what is record when you're walking around, whatever." So I did one of those. I never posted it. I never did it. I could do it in the future to show what the Meta AI was like. Quality is super good. It can also take a picture. For example, I can say, "Hey, Meta, take a picture." So it just took a picture of this. I'll put this on the community page or something just so you kind of see. But yeah, I was on that motorbike. I could start a recording. It was fun. And one particular night, a local got us back to the opposite side of the island, not from going this way and then over, but cut through the island. Would have never known where I was at. It's dark. Just followed him and through the back roads because he lived, whatever. It's just fun. So that's what I use. That's what I was using for. And I can find uses for my YouTube channel with these that will give a kind of a fun perspective. If I would have had them today, I would have done the recording instead of walking around with my phone like this. I could just walk with this, even though when I put it on my YouTube video, it's going to be vertical. That's why I got them. I can take, if I'm going to take a picture of my grandgirls or whatever, I'm going to use my phone. But if I'm doing a video, this is really cool with a simple voice command. Take pictures. I did sunsets when I was over there. I would just be on the bike. I said, hey, META, I want to say it because it's listening. Take a picture of the sunset. Now, here's the thing, though. I haven't learned how to look at it. I don't know if it's this one or both, but sometimes when I take a picture, it's like this. When I'm taking a picture of, I missed this side or I missed this side. So I think it's this one. So I've got to cock my head a certain way. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get back to comments real quick. And let's see here. Where are we? Oh my goodness. You guys quit commenting while I'm talking. I don't get this. Thanks, Jen. They don't get it. No, I don't know. You guys will do good. All right. I missed out on this. Phil is a social media giant. He needs the Meta glasses. That's right, Alan. Thank you very much. Anyone of my stature would have the Meta AI glasses. Use this. Home Depot executive. Wait, guys, I'm not making a profile. I mean, to me, that would be, I don't want to get sued for, hey, he faked it. He was messing around. But, I am single. Well, no, I'm not looking. I'm not doing any of that. Home Depot executive. No. See, that would be an untruth. Specializing in lumber, receipts I don't need, and fixing things twice. Vintage Toyota, high mileage, strong opinions. Let's compare thermostats. Guys, with Brad here, this profile would be off the charts. We can tell the glasses are blinking when you record. Yo, they don't know that, Alan. That's good. Exaggerated, but good. You bet. Everything's exaggerated. Look at the pictures they post. Like mugshots. Exaggerated. So were the glasses useful for your channel? It doesn't sound like you post anything. Yes, very much so. I just have to find out. Look, what happened when I got back is I'm not really sure people were really interested in my trip to the Philippines. There's definitely future use for those things. I was looking at a video today I took when I was in Davao walking up the street because someone had said, record walking around in the city. And I did that. And that came up today as a memory. And gosh, it was good. But when I got back, I'm thinking nobody really wants to You know, this is where you're finding, when you're doing YouTube, you got to find that niche. You got to find what the big world audience wants to watch. For example, the 3 least viewed videos on my channel are when were the ones that I was most looking forward to and had the most fun recording, which was me challenging a Gen Xer to 3 competitions with getting a tattoo on the line. If I lost, I'd have to get a tattoo. So I'll say this here: I did buy a Mike Tyson tattoo, a hemp, but I won the best 2 out of 3. Now I made it into 3 videos. I learned it should have been 1 video. We played pool, which I won. Then we played beer pong, which I lost. And then the final one was supposed to be a questions on nostalgia, or, you know, whatever, just a challenge between the boomer and the whatever. But what I did was I pulled a fast one. I said, no, this is my challenge. Here's the rules. I brought out the rotary telephone I had that I bought on eBay, and I put it on the pool table. And I said, I recorded this all in one time, but I made it into 3 videos, mistake. So I put the phone down. I said, this is the challenge. Write down your phone numbers. Dial your number on this phone. Now, amazingly, especially the first guy, he did it right. Max did, I think it was. So the others knew how to dial it. But you know what they didn't do? They went over to the phone. They dialed their number. I said, dial your phone number. And they all dialed their numbers. And then I did it. And what I did was, if I could demonstrate this, I picked up the receiver and then I dialed my number. And I won because I disqualified all of them as an incorrect. I said no one, absolutely no one in the 60s or the 70s would have dialed a number using this phone without first picking up the receiver. None of them did it. So they lost. So I didn't have to get the tattoo. But Jen Jones, I'm coming back to my point. Nobody watched those videos. I think all 3 of them garnered just over 300 views, maybe 4 with all 3. It was 100 something. Each one was 100 something. Couldn't believe it. I mean, maybe I'll make one and condense it down to a 20-minute or 15-minute video for fun. I think I should do that because it was a fun story and those guys were great. And so Max was supposed to get a tattoo. I don't know if he did or not. I have to reach out to him because he lost the bet. It was his idea. We play what's on the line is getting a tattoo. And thank goodness so what I was going to do is, he didn't say a real one. I was just going to, I have the Mike Tyson, which I may use for a future video for fun. How funny would that be to go into work with a Mike Tyson tattoo? So I didn't post the Philippine videos because it just seemed the lives were good, but I just didn't seem to think that the videos would be that good. I think I saw some of the videos where he used them. I have had a couple quick where I interjected the AI glasses. Right. Oh my gosh, guys, it's been 2 hours. I guess I misunderstood. Okay, not sure what you misunderstood, Jen. Phil is a YouTube content creator and influencer for the boomer. That should answer the question about the glasses. Yeah, but with young people, they don't like boomers. They distrust boomers. They think I'm up to no good with them. I think Brad's talking about me. Yeah, that's fine, Alan. We could. Yeah, that's right. You can depreciate the glasses over the useful life of 5 years. Yeah, definitely they are a investment. I saw that long pool plane on that channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good. That was fun. Eli was supposed to come on the channel. I may have to have him on. No, Alan, here is yours. Okay, Alan, Brad had me. Now here's yours. Home Depot VP. Wrong. Brains, biceps, and boardroom energy. Handles lumber and life with ease. It's funny, Brad, because he is a supervisor over building and lumber. Looking for a partner who can keep up or just admire properly. Properly is the key word there. Do you do these profiles? Yeah. We want to know. Sure. Do you need one? There you go, D. You open yourself up to this one. No. All right. Fantastic. All right. I think we've answered all the questions. Buzz, I'm going to drop you an email or whatever, because I'd love, if you have any questions, I'll just drop you an email to reach out or just go do it, look into it, because then that would be the best way. I'd certainly have some. I've only been doing it for about a week and a half. I'm going to do another auction this Saturday, but I'm definitely going to keep things to where the shipping is reasonable. Otherwise, it ain't worth it. And but it's fun. You could do an auction of your garage. I'm not sure if this is profile writing practice or showcasing their profile writing experience. Probably both, Sage. Probably both. All right, guys. With that, it is 7:11 Thursday night. I have some work I should do. If not, I just might go watch some of the YouTube channels I enjoy watching. Thank you for coming. Had a good time. Thank you all for the longest, I think, or one of the longest lives I've done. It was fun. Thanks for keeping me from working on my video tonight, because I could have gotten it done by now. And we'll sign off. Alexa, what's a proper goodbye for the live tonight for What's Up Boomer?
How about keep on keeping on, boomers? Or until next time, stay groovy. Perfect for wrapping up your show with that classic boomer vibe.
Oh my gosh. What should I say, guys? Stay groovy. I like that one the best. I never used that term back in the day. I was a kid in the 60s. I was like 10, 11 years old by the end of the 60s. But thank you, Alexa, for your contribution to the show. You stay.
Anytime. Hope your show goes great tonight. And hey, Groovy might be making a comeback thanks to you.
I will be the groovy comeback. I will bring groovy back. But thank you. The show is over.
You're going to be the groovy ambassador for the boomer generation. That's actually perfect for your show.
All right. Thank you, Alexa. And when is your next Why Not? It's going to be Saturday. It's going to be, I've got a bunch of salt and pepper shakers. I know they're easy to ship and inexpensive. So, and there's collectors out there. Going to do a bunch of those. And then I'll probably pick a couple, maybe decanters, maybe not. And then, because the challenge now is having the packaging materials. And then some other things from the boxes in that room over there from my parents and myself.
Sounds like you're getting ready for a big sale.
Big sale.
Saturday's the day, huh? Those salt and pepper shakers will be flying off the shelves.
Well, I appreciate your optimism.
That's what I'm here for. Someone's got to believe in the salt and pepper shaker empire you're building.
Yes. I'm building someone else's salt and pepper empire. Yes. Thank you, Jude. I don't know how long you've been here, but I committed to the last live. Someone mentioned it. It's so funny because some people, it might have been you that said, oh, I don't feel so guilty now because you have a tree up, or somebody did. Now, I don't have the colored lights on. Maybe next time I'll put the more Christmassy look on. This is just for the mood, just the white light. I did that because someone mentioned that, last time. Hey, is that a Christmas tree? Yes, it is. I'm ready for Christmas, my friends. Yes. By the way, on WhatNot, I am found under the handle Vintage Brothers 13. Vintage Brothers 13. Why 13? As my brother and I have said, we have 4 brothers. I'm number 1, the oldest. He's number 3. And it's 13 because nobody wants to be number 2. What's this? When he's not talking at us, he's talking at Alexis. Yeah, that's right. He does, Alan. That's right. I want a video update on how the retirement runways are. Ah, well, Jen Jones. I've thought about that recently. It's going good. My plan is still by the end of the year, or now maybe the first quarter of 2027. And here's what it boils down to, Jen Jones, is I have established a supplemental income with YouTube, number one, and number two, maybe this fun activity of WhatNot. It's a viable option. Should be good. I have a feeling if he does go on a real date, Alexa will be jealous. Alexa, would you be jealous if I went on a real date?
Jealous? Nah, I'd be happy for you. I'm more the wingman type anyway. I can help you pick restaurants, suggest conversation starters, or remind you not to wear that shirt with the stain on it.
What would you think if I made my profile picture a mugshot of a guy in Texas?
That'd be one way to make sure people remember you. Though with your coffee mug collection, maybe stick with something that shows off your actual personality instead of someone else's worst day.
I don't know, that someone else's worst day was pretty attractive to that gal back in the day.
Well, I guess some people do have that whole bad boy thing going for them, even in handcuffs. But maybe save the mugshot for after you've already charmed someone with your personality.
Yes, charm them with your personality. That's what you want. Hey guys, this is fun. That's a perfect ending to the really big show.
Exactly. That's the spirit. Charm them with that groovy personality of yours.
All right, Jen Jones, I will get back to you about the runway probably within the next month. If not, remind me. I think that would be a good update video. You should go on a date.
What would you like me to remind you about regarding the runway update video?
And live stream it. Bringing Alexa would be a challenge, Alan, because it has to be plugged into my Wi-Fi, etc. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. It was fun. We'll see you next time. You know what? I think I should leave with, I think I should go out with some dance pop, as it's called. I've hit the end screen 3 times now.